Hello, welcome to this course called Azure OpenAI for .NET Developers. My name is Hector Perez, and I am excited to create these super interesting cars, which I am truly passionate about due to the number of incredible things that can be done with this technology. If you have never worked with OpenAI or Azure OpenAI, the official documentation tells us that Azure OpenAI service provides REST API access to OpenAI's powerful language models, including the GPT-4 series, GPT-4 Turbo with Vision, GPT 3.5 Turbo, and embeddings. This means that we can create mobile, web, desktop applications, etc., and integrate artificial intelligence in a very simple way. You could create your own general-purpose ChatGPT, or even provide information about your company so that a chatbot returns information related to it. We will be looking in detail at these models and how you could use them in your own applications. Some other practical examples where you could use Azure OpenAI models include for content generation, which is surprising, as you can use Azure OpenAI to create everything from blog articles to videos for your YouTube channel. For creating summaries, as it is also possible to summarize input information and even change the style to, for example, simplify content to a simpler language or regionalize it to the idioms of a country. It is also possible to use the models for image understanding. I love this. The fact that it is possible to interpret the content of an image and then process it seems wonderful to me. For example, you could take a photograph of the ingredients in your refrigerator and tell the chat service to help you create a recipe with the available ingredients. You could also use the models for semantic search, which means you could perform searches within certain text content not only by keywords, but by the meaning and intention behind the text. Another very common case is for translating natural language to code, as it is possible to give an instruction for the generation of source code, and for the service to return a code snippet with the source code from the input text, in the programming language you want. Now, a super important point when we work not only with Azure, but with any artificial intelligence provider is the responsible use of AI. As I love using AI to simplify my tasks, unfortunately, there are people who look for ways to use AI for unethical purposes. Microsoft is very clear about this, so it is committed as a company to the advancement of AI, but always putting people first. That is, establishing well-thought-out guidelines and mitigations to prevent the misuse of these technologies that could cause harmful damage to people. Microsoft has made significant investments to prevent malicious actions, among which includes requiring applicants of the service to show well-defined use cases, creation of content filters, and providing guidance for a responsible implementation of AI to the onboard clients. The Azure OpenAI service offers various models with which we can connect our applications, each with capabilities and prices. Among the most important today are the GPT 3.5 and GPT-4 models for understanding and generating natural language and code, the embedding models that can convert text into numerical vectors to facilitate text similarity, the DALL-E models for generating images from text prompts, the Whisper models for transcribing and translating voice to text, the text-to-speech models that allow synthesizing text to voice. Maybe you already have some experience working with OpenAI, which is the company that started the ChatGPT revolution. You might even have integrated some of the models into your applications, and for some reason you want to migrate the use to Azure OpenAI. If this is your case, you might wonder what the difference is between using OpenAI and Azure OpenAI. Well, here I show you some points related to this topic. First, Azure OpenAI, just like OpenAI, offers the same models, from GPT-3 and 4 to text-to-speech. This is largely because both companies work hand in hand to develop the APIs to have compatibility in case you want to use the services of one or the other company. In the case of Azure OpenAI, users get additional security capabilities that Microsoft Azure offers. Moreover, it is possible to access features such as content filtering, private networks, and regional availability, which undoubtedly means a plus in the business environment. Now, perhaps the question you are asking yourself is, how to access Azure OpenAI? As we have said before, Microsoft is committed to responsible use of AI. So, if you want to access the service, you must apply to access the service at the link you can see on screen. In this form, you will have to provide information about yourself, about the Azure subscription you want to add the service to, the use case in which you plan to use the services of Azure OpenAI, and the models you wish to use. I recommend reading the information provided in the form links carefully so that you have a greater possibility of acceptance into the service. Now let's analyze some key concepts that will be useful to you throughout the course, and which we will delve into further in the course. First, you should know that the completions endpoint is the central API service, as it is the entry point for users to provide input text, and it returns output text. This input text is known as a prompt, and it is the way we can give instructions to the models to complete information. On screen, you can see an example where I have introduced to the model the text Azure OpenAI is, to which the model has returned a completion that you can see as a response, describing the Azure OpenAI service. It is important that you also know how to instruct the model to respond as you want through good prompts. This is known as prompt engineering, and it is a skill you must develop if you will work with Azure OpenAI. Creating good prompts can be difficult, as a simple variation in the use of words can cause the model to return a completely different response than expected. Throughout the course, I will give you tips and advice on creating prompts that help you perform tasks as you wish. Finally, another important concept is that of tokens, and is that when we use the Azure OpenAI service, it processes the text by dividing it into tokens, which can be words or pieces of characters. For example, the word hamburger is divided into 3 tokens, while the word bird, which is a shorter and more common word, uses a single token. It is important that you know the number of tokens to be used in a service call, as the total number of tokens will determine the cost to pay, the response latency, and the performance of the models.